computer. All right, so now anything you say can and will be held against you. No, I'm only kidding. I think kind of right. All right, so okay, I still have the well. Let me just start with the classes there. So the CE shop is a really cool thing. You can go to CE shop. I went there. I needed to take 9 credits in order to renew my license, and I went to the CE shop and I bought my credits. I bought 3 classes, 3 3-hour classes, and I think came to $240. And I didn't even get this sale that they're giving you guys. And what happens? I was able to take them at my leisure. It's mostly reading and things like that. Then they ask you questions along the way to make sure that you're comprehending it. And some one of the classes took me about only 2 hours. The others took me about 2 hours, 15 minutes, maybe 2 hours, 30 minutes. Now, obviously, if you sit in a regular CE class, you're there for 3 hours and they give you a break in between and all that kind of good stuff. The advantage for me was that I didn't have to get in my car, go someplace, sit down with a whole bunch of other people, and listen to them, listen to the teacher, and all that kind of good stuff. I was able there. It gives you materials, it gives you courses, and once you pass it, then it gives you a certificate for your own library or your own records, and then it sends it to the particular authority. So in our case, it was Maryland classes. Maryland already has got notification that I passed these classes. So it's a CE shop. They've been around for a long time. You will get a now I think I sent it to everybody already in your email. And what happens, you go to dmvrealestatecareer.com and it'll take you through the website that gives you the discount. So this is the discount that you see up there right now is today only. Okay, so that's a today only discount. Literally, it ends at 11:59 tonight. So take advantage of it. The thing is, that's cool about it is you can buy the courses now, and you have like 4 or 5 months to go ahead and take them. So, depending on when your license is due and things like that, it was just easier for me than to try to get over to Marie Diaz and sit there all day on a Saturday. And this particular Saturday I was going to do it. We had rehearsal in the morning. We had stuff to do in the afternoon and all that kind of stuff. So, it was very, very, very beneficial for me to do that on that. So I'll get out of that. Let me stop the share here.
And about, because I think DC license renewal is the end of this month, so the CE course is going to be taken. So theoretically, if we take these courses, it automatically goes to DC. Is there anything else we need to do to renew the license?
Yes, you're going to need to renew the license. It'll no, once you go in there, then you have a chance to renew. Now, I'm glad you brought that up. The DC license, they changed something for us brokers, so I'm in the process of giving them the paperwork that they need. And I thank God for Jennifer, Jeanette, because Jeanette went to go renew her license. And they told her no, the brokerage isn't right. So I'm like, I call them up. I'm like, what are you talking about? They changed a whole bunch of things. They want a whole bunch of other documentation. So in the process of getting that all squared away, it'll probably take me a day or two, but it's going to take a whole day, literally a whole 8 or 9 hours to get them everything that they need. So, but your licenses, all the salesperson's licenses run out on August 31st. You will have had to renew by then. So I will keep you posted on that. The minute that we get everything straight, I'll let everybody know, hey, go ahead and rock and roll with that. It should be in the next couple of days or so. Okay. But yes, all DC salesperson's licenses expire on the same day, unlike Maryland, where they all they stagger. Everybody has different dates and things like that. Okay.
I took my DC classes and I actually renewed, as far as I know. I didn't get any messages from GCAR from DC saying that there was an issue. So I will double check, tomorrow morning, make sure everything is okay. But you have not received anything yet? I don't know how you get the information.
I did. They're going through
information in terms of information from my renewing and everything, because Renata asked me the same thing, and I told her when I filled out the renewal paperwork or form, I didn't have any issues or anything. So I better check it out then, I guess.
Yeah, check it
I
out.
did
And
it.
let me know. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, and Renata's one I probably need to give a call to too, because she would probably have some inside information since she handles DC stuff as well.
Yeah.
So that's a good. It's a good
I'll-
suggestion. I'll give her a call. All
I'll
right,
check
well,
back.
yeah, I'm gonna. It's gonna take me a minute to kind of get through to this to the paperwork that I want. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop my share and let Derek take over from here. Now, Derek has some really cool programs, and preferably he can, he'll go ahead and you can go ahead and share your screen, Derek, and then go from there.
Okay. Let me host disabled participant screen sharing. So do you have to do something on your side?
Yes. Let's get start sharing. All right, try it now. Usually I keep that off, but there you go. Good stuff.
Okay, let me go to. All right, so I won't be long, guys. Again, my name is Derek Hungerford. Can you guys see my screen there?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good. Okay. A little bit about myself. Been in the business since 1993. So been in for a while, helped about 3,400 families so far. But when I got in the business, I think the interest rates were just about where they are now, about 6%. So a little less. So in my opinion, like Chuck was saying earlier, we're basically in a normal market. And from a lending standpoint, we're seeing that we're thinking that rates will remain the same for the next year. We're looking at really 2025 for the rates to start to come down a little bit. And we think it may land maybe in the 5% range, maybe the lower 5%, but that's going to be more of a normal market as we go forward, which is really still good money, in my opinion. But what I want to do is share a few programs today. First-time homebuyer programs and other niche programs. I will send a link out to Chuck so that you can have access to the programs and explanations to it as we move forward. The first one, let me get this out of my way. The first one, I got stuff in my way here. I can't even see it. Okay.
You got it?
All right. Yeah. So the first one is I want to highlight is the Boost program, our Boost DPA. You know, most DPA programs require 620, 600 credit score. This will actually go all the way down to a 580 credit score. This will be a 3.5% DPA. It will be a payback DPA. In other words, you know, there are different types of DPA. Some you have to pay back, others you don't. This particular Boost program will be a payback, so it will be a second. It'll be a 15-year term. So the payment on that second is really, really low. And the interest rate will be about 2% above whatever the standard rates are. So you get a 6% first fixed rate mortgage. The second will be 8%, again, amortized over 15 years. Again, that goes down to a 580 credit score.
Real quick, DPA is down payment assistance, but if somebody doesn't know exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then this is similar to maybe like the 80-10 10s or 80-20s, that type thing that was out.
No. Well, I mean, I guess you could kind of compare it to that, but at 80-10, you don't take the 10 and necessarily use it for the down payment. They're just giving you a 90% loan to value loan.
Gotcha.
This right here is actually cash money that they'll give you in your pocket for your down payment. So that's for a client. I mean, if you can get to closing cost help, client doesn't have a lot of money, their down payment is taken care of. They just need to come up with the balance of the closing, and they can get 6% seller contribution.
That's what I was going to ask you. That's nice. So if you find a seller with 6%, they get the 3.5% there. They can come in almost down or real close.
Right. And like I said, the fantastic thing about this one is that we can go down to 580 credit score. It's just, usually you're not able to do that.
Is
So
this for first-time home buyers?
Well, the definition of a first-time home buyer is a person who does not have a deed or a property in their name currently. So they could have sold a property last month and still qualified now for a first-time home buyer program connected to DPA.
Can they'll sell their property maybe the day before they go to settlement on a new one? That's kind
Well, I would make it. Yeah.
of
That's tough.
Got to
right there.
negotiate a rent back. That's what you got to do, right?
Yeah.
Got you. That's nice though, right there. Good.
Yeah, I like that one. That's one of my favorites. And we have several different types of DPAs.
So sorry, because I work with a lot of investors. So this is for first-time home buyers as defined by that definition. And also this is for owner-occupied residences.
Owner-occupied residence. Exactly. Yep. I do have some programs I'll talk about for investors, but really when you think about getting money to buy real estate, usually that is for first-time home buyers or for owner-occupied properties.
So HELOC doesn't qualify.
I'm sorry.
So a HELOC does not qualify for this program?
A HELOC?
Yes.
Well, that's a separate type of loan. The HELOC is for homeowners. You have to have a property in order to take equity out of your house. Hopefully I'm answering your question, but that doesn't work in conjunction with the first-time home buyer program.
Okay.
Yeah, you would have to have a property.
You do HELOCs?
Yeah, we do HELOCs. They are usually prime plus 2, 3 or something like that. We do HELOCs on owner-occupied properties and investment properties. Investment properties is about a 70% loan to 75% loan to value. We can go all the way up to 95% for actually 97% for owner-occupied property looking to do a HELOC.
What's the credit score on that HELOC?
6. Yeah, it has to be over 620.
Okay.
Has to be over 620. Now, the credit score will kind of dictate how much the LTV is. So the higher the LTV, the higher the credit score, the higher the LTV.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. This is a national home buy program, DPA, 100% financing. This may be phased out. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here, but the good thing about we have another program that's taking the place of this. But the good thing about this is there aren't any stipulations in terms of income requirements or income caps. Usually with the DPA, you can't be over an income. Usually is a certain percentage of the median income, 115% of an area of median income. But this program, you can make $220,000 and still get into the program. So again, this is being phased out, but I have another program that's going to substitute this that I'll talk about at the end. We have another DPA program called the 6% Smart Buy program, and that goes again up to 6% for the DPA, but your credit score has to be 660 or more. On this program, there is no income limits as well. And of course, you can use the funds for down payment, closing costs, prepaid. And with this, we have a buy down program. So we have a 2-1 buy down program. You can actually use a part of this 6% grant to buy down a rate so that you can get your buyers qualified to buy. This is a real good program because not too many lenders have a DPA grant program. Say it again.
Okay. Does somebody have a question? Okay. No, it might have been
they just probably unmuted themselves. This is another DPA program, but this is designed to help those who are looking to get a 203K loan. So it doesn't matter whether it's a standard or a streamline. A streamline, just for review, is anything under $35,000. A standard is anything above $35,000 for a 203K. So you find a property on the market that's been sitting for a while. you know, you can find a buyer, and we can get them 3.5% for their down payment. And with this, there's no repayment required. This is an actual grant. It's not a repayment situation. And just like with any other FHA or HUD loan, they can get 6% seller contributions on that as well. So again, you can get it into a program, this program, and the buyer essentially not need any money for 203K.
Quick question, for the 203K, you can get up to 110% of the after repair value?
Well, they don't necessarily do it that way. So they will do an appraisal, and then they will determine the as-is value, and then do an appraisal. The same appraisal will determine the after improvement value. So the LTV, which is 96.5%, is calculated on the after improved value to determine the loan amount. Does that make sense?
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Kind of. Okay, thank you. And then, you know, we can, this is a standard program. It's not a DPA program, but VA, we can go all the way down to 500 credit scores, 100% financing, of course, no monthly mortgage insurance. The yearly mortgage insurance will be anywhere between 2.5% and 3%, 3.3% that we add on top of the loan. But this is a great program, 100% financing. If you have a vet with a low credit score, this program is excellent for them. And we're still doing 580, just like any other lender, not any other lender, some other lenders, not all of them, but we still have 580 credit score for FHA, 3.5% down payment. We have a 550 FHA with a 10% down payment. So if you have someone struggling with their credit, but they have a little money, this is a perfect program for them. The thing about it is that debt to income ratio. So you have to keep the debt to income ratio down to about 43%. With a standard FHA, just to let you know the difference, with a standard FHA, we can go all the way up to 56.9% for the debt to income ratio. But if you have someone struggling with their credit, 580, 550 credit score, we need to keep it around the 43 or 45% debt to income ratio. And we go down to 550 USDA purchase. Same thing, 100% program, no down payment. And they can get as well 6% seller contribution for a USDA loan as well. That is, they do have income requirements depending on how many people are in the property. So you got to be really careful with that. And of course, you all know that it's only in specific areas. But I love this program. You know, so anytime I have a, you know, I'm looking at a DPA versus, you know, VA or USDA. VA would be my first one. USDA would be my second one, and then the DPA, because you get standard rates with the USDA loan. And I did not say that with the other DPA program. So keep in mind too, that if we're talking about a DPA program, we're talking about a higher interest rate. And so we're talking about a higher payment. So you have a borrower that will need to qualify for that based on that. And those debts, I can go up to about 50% for the programs. But again, with the standard loan, I can go up to 56.9%. So, you know, usually when I'm comparing programs to a client, I'm always letting them know, hey, look, listen, this is what you will get for a standard program. This is how much you qualify for. And this is what you'll qualify for with a DPA. It's never the same. A lot of people think that they can get the same amount, but that's not the case. The DSCR, I've been on calls with you guys, so I know you guys are familiar with the DSCR. One of my favorite programs. You know, really, for someone said that they dealt with a lot of investors. Really good program where you don't need any documentation. It's based on the property itself. And usually the debt DSCR is about a 1-to-1 ratio. We can go to a 1.25 ratio, meaning that if the rent is $1,500, as long as the mortgage payment is not over $1,500, then the property works. And then we have some programs, DCR programs, that will allow the rent to be a little less than what the mortgage payment will be. So 20% down. 20% down, go up to $3.5 million, and we can go as low as 620 for that. I think we can actually go down to 600 for DSCR right now. So that's a great program for your investors. Any questions on that? Awesome. And I like this one because for my investors, you know, sometimes you get an investor who, you know, we do fix and flips. And I don't have any flyers about the fix and flips, but we do that. But this is a combined fix and flip with the DSCR, which I think is really cool because you get someone who needs to build on a property, renovate a property, and then they decide, hey, well, I might as well keep the property, or that I can't sell the property, or, you know, the market changes. So this program allows them to refinance that fix and flip to 70% loan to value, take their cash out, and then turn it into a DSCR. So they can keep the program, keep the house, and then rent it out, although the initial loan that they had was a fix and flip. I kind of relate this to like a construction to perm type of loan. So this is really good to combine anytime you have an investor who needs to kind of change up script in the middle of the transaction. I think that's a very good program.
Quick question about that one. So you'll refinance into the LLC, or does for the DSCR, does it have to be their personal name?
Yeah, LLC. Yeah, all of these you can put in LLCs. You can, I think, do it in your personal name, but most investors are doing it in their LLC. Sticking with the theme of investors, I love these programs because I'm an investor too, so I've used all of these, but this right here is a commercial connect line of credit for your investors. So you know, it resets every 6 months, and you got to qualify for the particular credit line, and they take in consideration how many properties you've done, how many renovations you've done, how many deals you transacted, to kind of figure out how much of a credit line that you can use to go out and put offers on properties, cash offers, and then you know, get properties that way. So this is real good, but again, it depends on your particular background or your investor's background. And I'm wrapping up pretty soon here. Just wanted to kind of give you a few programs. This is a credit by product. I won't really want to go. I'm not going to go into that, but again, we can go down to 500 credit score for VA, FHA, and 550 for USDA. This right here kind of shows what needs to be done in terms of bankruptcies, liens, and all of those things. Again, you'll have access to all of this. I'm going to send it in a link where it could be downloaded from Chuck. But I think, and I have another form that will really help you out in terms of determining, not that you have to determine, but it helps to determine who qualifies if they have certain things on their credit. So I will make sure that I include that as well.
Let me say this, Derek, you know, we got time. So, you know, take your time, you know, because my stuff I can always get out. So this is some good stuff because, you know, this is one of the things I'm going to talk about is that we need to be more productive. And that totally depends on our knowledge of these products. Or at least knowledge of somebody who knows of these products so that you know, we can help more people.
Right.
Take your time, man.
Yeah, and you know, just having a real good conversation. You know, I know a lot of times some clients will tell you some false information, but if you ask the right questions, you can kind of get in your mind where they are and what types of programs that they can qualify for. Yeah, this is the one I won't go over because we'll keep that in mind. We still have the Chenoa program. So the Chenoa program, these credit scores have dropped a little bit. So the first, the Advantage program now goes down to 620. All the other programs go down to 600. What has happened with the Chenoa program is the owners of Chenoa kind of split. And so now there's another program that's out there that we have that's from one of the owners of the Chenoa, the developers of the Chenoa. So now that program is better than this program, but the Chenoa is still available. It's 3 different types of ways to do it, credit score requirements, and all of them pretty much will need the home buying course. And one is a repayable, the others are not repayable. And I'll talk a little bit about the repayable and the difference. I'll give you an actual scenario with the repayable as opposed to the non-repayable. And it really depends on a buyer. You know, keep in mind, if you get in general, you would get a lower interest rate or lower cost rate for a repayable or not, a non-repayable. But the interest rate will be a little higher. So there are some differences. We usually kind of give our clients, some options. The P&L program, love this program. And I don't think I have anything in here about the bank statement program, but the bank statement program, again, for your investors, it can be for a standard person. It could be for a W-2 program using P&L program, but it stands for profit and loss. We don't need anything, no pay stubs, no W-2s, 1040 tax returns, nothing. The requirements is that the person, first of all, they do have to have a business. So they have to have a business. They have to have been in business for 2 years, and you have to get a letter from a CPA saying that they've been in business for 2 years. And then the buyer can actually do their own profit and loss. And we'll take that profit and loss and look at the bottom line and use that income to get you qualified for a loan. I like this better because the other programs are the bank statement programs. We have that too. You've heard about the bank statement programs where a client will give their bank statements, whether it be 12 months or 24 months. And then these are for people who can't provide pay stubs and W-2 forms. And then again, self-employed, and they'll look at, I'm talking about the bank statement program right now. They'll look at the bank statements, whether 12 or 24 months, to determine the income. Now, you have 2 choices. You can do the bank statement program and use your business bank statement, or you can use your personal bank statement. If you use the business bank statement, they'll take 50% of the deposits and use that as your income. If you use your personal bank statement, they take 100% of the deposits. So it kind of really depends. I like that program, but what we have noticed is once you show an underwriter information, I don't like showing underwriters information, to be very honest. They ask a lot of questions. So when this came out, I said, I think this is a better option because you don't show anything. The down payment is still the same, between 20 and 30%. And you don't have to show anything. All you need is a P&L and a statement from your CPA saying that you've been in business for 2 years.
One
Yes,
question, your P&L, is that something that you can do, or you're getting it from your accountant?
I've done it both ways. It's better to get the accountant to do it, but we accept it if you do it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And what we do, we know exactly what the underwriter wants. We have a letter, a standard letter. You take that letter, you give it to your CPA. They put their information on there, and we have a P&L to show how the P&L should be presented. You take that P&L, put in your numbers, and it's all done.
No bank statements, no anything?
No bank statements, no pay stubs, no W-2s, nothing.
I have a question. Are these loans only applicable to this area, or could you do something with the North Carolina property?
I do these programs in pretty much 50 states.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yep.
Yeah.
So North Carolina, yes, definitely.
All right.
All right. Oh, I do have it. I didn't think that I had this on here, but again, I just talked about this bank statement program. What I did not say is with the bank statement program, you still have to be in business for 2 years. But these go all the way up to $3 million. And we can do owner occupied second homes or investment properties for both of them, P&L or bank statement. And well, I'll come back to that program right here. This right here, the Aurora program is the new DPA program that's rivaling the Chenoa program. This goes from 3.5% to 5% DPA. This is a repayable. So the second will be a 10-year amortization, and then it's going to be 2% above the first. The good thing about this is we can go up to 135% of the median income rather. So you can have a pretty good income and still qualify for this particular program right here. This program is the forgivable, where it's only a 3.5%. So the non-forgivable, you have 3.5% all the way up to 5%. But if you want the forgivable program, it'll be only 3.5%, which is not bad. But this goes up to 135% of the median income as well. So just to kind of give you an example of how it would kind of shake out. I had one today. We priced it. The interest rate was about 7 5/8, about 7 3/4 for the Chenoa program. So the second in that situation would be 9 3/4 or 9 and 5/8, because again, the second will be 2% above the first. So if you have a non-forgivable, let me go back to this one, a repayable rather, that simply means that now you have 2 mortgages, but the payment is based on a 10-year amortization. So that payment, it depends. So we would look at the numbers to determine which one makes more sense. For instance, with this one right here, they were getting another on top of the 5%. We priced one out today. On top of the 5%, we were also giving them another credit of 1.5% if they did the repayable. So, we're talking over 6% really in credit that they're getting. We compare that to a forgivable, again, only 3.5%, but it cost them. So we couldn't give them an extra 1.7%, but it cost them almost 1% to get that program, not to have a second mortgage. So I know I'm giving you a lot, but we go through the gyrations to determine which one is best for the client. They have to ultimately determine which one is best for them. But it's a lot of options out there. The programs are thick, they're working, they're useful, and it really gets a lot of people who would normally be on the sidelines because they don't have any money. It really helps them out with getting financing. And then I'll end with this. What we do at Residential, we have a certified home buying process. So what we do with these programs, we get them all the way through, because we understand that there's a difference between pre-qualification, pre-approval, and approval. And so we have what is called being a certified home buyer, meaning that we guarantee the closing. So we want to make sure that they're approved, because our guarantee is that we pay the seller $2,000, and we pay the buyer another $500 toward the closing costs if the deal does not close on time. So we do take it very seriously in terms of trying to get our buyers down. Everyone doesn't go through this program. I would say the 6 to 7 out of 10 can go through the program, but this is what we do in order to make sure that we have a deal and make sure we can close real fast. And the last thing about this is we do give a discount with a selected title company that we do use of $650 toward the closing cost. So that's another extra amount of money that we're talking about for these. And the reason why we did this is because people don't have a lot of money. And so we're trying to get as many discounts as possible. We have discounts on our appraisal fee as well, in order to try to minimize the cost for the buyers in this situation. So that's about it. I know that was a lot there. This is my information if you need to talk about any transaction that you have or just some additional information. But again, I'm going to make all of this available to Chuck through a link. where we'll have not only the program, but a really a write-up about the program and how to use the program. And I'll make sure I get that to Chuck over the next couple of days.
Yeah, sounds great. That's
Okay.
it's a lot of
Thank you.
information.
Yeah,
Yeah, we gotta
thank you so
we gotta
much.
burp our brains on this, man. I tell you,
Yeah.
this is
I have another question. Do you make any type of loans for land purchases?
We don't do land only. I've been getting that question. Yeah, you need a land lender for that, but we do construction to perm. So if you have a person
Okay.
who wants to build and buy the land, we do that all day long. We have
And
several
roll it.
people who have already bought the land right now. We use that land as down payment.
Mhm.
And now they have 100% financing pretty much because they already have the land. So, and we do
Okay.
that construction to perm. So we do have that.
Right. Thank you.
this
Yep,
is
my
this
pleasure.
is this is absolutely good stuff. I'm going to be around all week, so I can get the stuff to you guys. One of the things to know is that I'm recording this as well, so it will be on the YouTube channel along with all of the other of our meetings. It'll be right there that you can go back to the Real Estate Answer Man, and you'll see this. Give me a day or two to record it from the cloud and then upload it to the YouTube channel. But this will be in our regular meeting, and feel free to go forward and go through it again. You can stop it, take notes, do all the things that you want to do. Yeah, that's some good stuff. Well, thank you, Derek. I greatly appreciate it, man. Yeah,
My pleasure.
this probably was the best one we've had so far. It just really
Yeah.
covered a
Yes.
whole
Yes. Thanks,
whole
Derek.
bunch of
Thank you.
loans. Yeah,
Anything I can
Thank
do
you.
to help, let me know, of course.
right.
And this is for
All
you,
right.
Chuck. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, thanks.
Rue, dude, Rue. Yeah, man. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
All
All right.
right.
So I'm going to cover just a few other things, and then we're going to get on out of here. And looking at some of the stats, and I put the stat sheet in there. The average sold price in Prince George's County alone was $447,000. Now that's townhomes and detached homes. So, and that is up from last year. So, in answer to your question earlier, Derek, yeah, the market is still moving up. It's still people are still getting equity by just coming home and paying their mortgage. All right, so there's not a time for doom and gloom and all that kind of stuff because the market is still upwardly bound. The average days on market, and again, this is in the things I put in the chat. The average days on market are 20, and that really. It probably could be a little bit less, but that really depends on the house being priced properly. So if the house is priced properly, you should be in good shape. So don't hesitate on it. Just know that the market is doing very, very good right now. One of the things we were going to talk about earlier is, where are you in terms of the where we are this year? So we're coming up on the final third of the year. I like that a year is 12 months because you can split it in half, you can split it in thirds, and you can split it in quarters. Business-wise, we generally look at quarters, the fourth quarter, and all that kind of good stuff. But why not get a jump on that by looking at your numbers now after the second third? Okay, so I don't remember which sport it is. They play 3/3, but yeah, but look at it there because that way you can get a longer view and a more time to adjust so that you can get back to your goals that you made at the end of last year and make sure that you're 2/3 of the way to where you wanted to be on last year's goal. If not, maybe get the giddy up going there and then make some more calls and call some more people and just talk with them and just drum your own business up. It's there for you to do. One of the ways to accomplish that is asking everybody and anybody that to sit down with me and have a one-on-one business plan meeting. Okay, got to have this business plan meeting. It's going to take about 45 minutes. It's going to be the mindset is that you have to know your business plan is critical to your business. No business. If you go for SBA loan, you're gonna have to show them a business plan before they'll give you their money, because if you don't know what you're doing, they don't want to give you their money. Well, guess what? It's the same thing for you. If you're not sure which direction you're going in, you don't have a template of what you want to do. You know, if you don't have a plan, you're gonna end up anywhere. So, you know, the business plan, and I'm offering them to everybody. I'm doing them for free. Okay, there's so many options that you have, but you know, your business plan is critical to your business. So I want you to know that. You know, one of the other things that you have to do, well, I'll cover the tool set. So the mindset is all about your business plan. The tool set, you need the proper tools. Now, just today, I bought 2 more Central Guard boxes. The newest Central Lock box is called Central Guard. It's a gray box. You can do so much with it. It costs $126, but that's what you're in business for. It's a business write-off. With that box, if a contractor says, hey, Chuck, I'm at the house and I lost my key. You gave me a key to this property to do some stuff. How can I get in? I say, okay, well, you know, what time are you going? Okay, what time will you finish? And I can set up the box from my phone, from the app on my phone, to let him or her in at that time. Could be a cleaning crew or whatever, from that time to a certain time, and then it'll only work during those times. So it is the safest thing that we can actually buy for our listing clients. It records everything. It you know, the old boxes, you had to have a contractor code, but that contractor could literally use that code 24/7. So now this whole box, it's a much stronger box. You can beat it up, and it's so cool that the key drops out of the bottom of it, so you don't have to worry about losing little boxes that's on the inside and things like that. It's very, 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 very good box. It can be programmed for different counties. So you buy it in PG Card, because that's where your association membership is, but you can use it in other counties in the state. You know, so that's definitely. So I just want to bring that to your attention.
How do we get one of those boxes?
Say it again.
How do we get the Century Guard box?
Good question. Go right to PG Car. PG Car, right there on Corporate Drive, the new building that I had the pleasure of being the president to sign on the contract for us to buy that building. That building, that's such a good real estate purchase, because if you go over there now, they're building right around it, so the property is probably doubled in value, and they have tenants that are paying for the whole mortgage. So everything is really cool over there. But yes, you go to PG Car to get your box, and it works all over, and it tracks what agents are entering the property and everything else like that. So let's do that. This is the time of year to start planning on reaching out to all of your people. At this point, I've preached for years that we need to have a CRM, a client relationship management program. Okay, you need to have it. You need to use it. Okay, it is the reason that my board is full right now. I can look at my board, and everything that's on my board, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 8 buyers that are legit buyers. You know, I've got 5 people who are going to be listing their houses soon, maybe another 3, you know, there, and I'm again just touching on them and raining on them, and then they'll pop up sooner than later, and things like that. So, you know, and I got a couple of deals already in the pipeline that should be settling shortly. So, you know, and all of that is from referrals. All of that is from me constantly saying, hey, this is Chuck, I'm in real estate. Hey, this is Chuck, I'm in real estate. Obviously not that succinct, but I'm constantly dripping on them, constantly letting them know, constantly sending out Christmas cards, calendars, things like that. You have to let the people know that you're in business. Otherwise, you will not be in business, and not for long. You'll be scraping by on the bottom, and you don't have to do that. You know, if anybody pretty much everybody on this call has been in business for 5 or more years easily. Everybody here on this call has been in business for 5 more years, maybe except my daughter, but she's made up for lost time. But she's probably the top producer in the company, right behind me. She's just kicking it, but she's just made up in her mind to go get it. I didn't give her anything. I don't even know her clients when she sends them to buy a broker to me. I'm like, who's this? You know, she's going to get it, and that's what you have to do. It just says that if somebody can come into the business and go and get it, you can go and get it. And I believe, I know all of you. I know what you can do. I know what you can do. and most of you have more experience, more knowledge, more training, more time in the business, time on task than most realtors getting in the business right about now. So you should really just demand more of yourself, but you have to have a plan, and that's what the business plan does. And the little things like reaching out to people, staying in touch, little things like my little calendar here, sending it out every year to somebody. Got my little card on the top of it. They put it on their refrigerator. Next thing you know, hey, Chuck, I'm thinking about selling my house. I saw you on my refrigerator. So we have
Yeah,
to
you're looking at me every day, Chuck. You're looking at me every day.
So,
Every day.
I'm saying, yeah. See, I even send the people who have licenses, but I might have to change that. But no, it's all about, to kind of, because you don't know who knows who. Okay, so and that has never changed in real estate, just never changed. So you put them in your CRM, and you drip on them, and if you don't, you're going to starve and struggle. Everybody who's starving and struggling does not have a business plan, does not have a CRM, and does not put in the work. Everybody that has a business plan, has a CRM, and puts in the work is doing well. It's night and day. And I know everybody on this Zoom, everybody, and I know everybody here has the potential to do extremely, extremely well. Why just play around with this thing when you can actually rock and roll with this thing? I mean, you should be doing tremendously, tremendously more than the regular Joe that's just getting into business. So, I want you to do that. I want you to do that. One of the ways you do it is what we did with going through with the different loan programs. We had somebody else before on loan program. The point is that you as a realtor have to know that the programs are out there, because the people in general, they don't come to a lender and say, hey, can you get me a house? Because the lender can get them money. They come to the realtor and say, hey, can you get me a house? But we have to go to a lender to get the money because we don't have the money. So it's a partnership, but it's all about you knowing who has the stuff that your clients need. I mean, I really trust and believe in all of you all. I look at the way this market is right now, and there's going to be a thinning of the herd. There's going to be a lot of people that are getting that. They got in for the wrong reason. They got in because they thought it was easy breezy. It's just like any other profession, any other business. You think your physician, had it easy coming through school and building his business or her business? You think your lawyer had it easy building their business? No, everybody builds a decent business profession. They go through but they give that excellent service, and then they rise to become the cream. So let's stop being skim milk. I'm willing and able to do anything I can do to help you succeed. My heart's desire is that you succeed. I mean, I can, at this juncture in my career, I could ride off in the sunset and I'll be all right. But my heart's desire is that I can leave. My legacy will be that I can get you guys up to where you need to rock and roll, and you can do this thing in your sleep with no problem whatsoever. So everybody on this call is totally capable of, in my estimation, some of you already are, but everybody on this call are totally capable of doing 8 or 9 transactions a year, no problem. And that's less than 1 a month. Okay, that you can do that and keep a full-time job. So, and the way these numbers are, I'm saying the average house is like 480 something. So that's a fairly decent commission. You get on the listing side of that, it can be even more, because you know how they're doing the listings and things like that. So, just work hard. Let's put our nose to the grindstone. Let's crank out this last third of the year and set ourselves up for a really good end of the year, so we can go into 2024 with a bang. And let's grind hard. And believe me, a lot of the folks that got in, a few days ago, they're gonna roll out because they don't know what I'm telling you. And I'm like I said, I'm here. I have training for you. I have free training. The training that I offer you is excellent. I've sent you all a link. It's easy breezy. It's right there for you. You log in. There's no cost. My company's paying for it. My franchise is paying for it. get it while you can, because there may become a time that they say, oh no, well, this is now costing us too much to just give away for free. So it's really awesome training. The number one thing you want to, the number one class you want to go to on that is called SOI, Sphere of Influence. Once you go through, it's like 19 different modules, 19 different videos you're listening to, tells you how to set up your database, who should be in it, who should not be in it, how to touch base with them on a regular basis, how often to touch base with them, so that you can generate the type of business that you want to make sure that you and your family have the income that you want from this business. I mean, our time is taken to do this business, taken away from our family. But so let's make sure that when we do have that good quality time, we got a good quality bank account to spend that good quality time with the people who supported us to do this thing. Man, I really appreciate you all. I thank you all. Please use me to be the best that you can be. That is my job as your broker. It's my job is to help you be the best that you can be. Utilize me. I'm a phone call away at all times. Okay. Anybody have any questions?
No. I do have, regarding the course,
Yes.
is it an exam after each one? I'm talking about the CE score.
Good question, Aaron. Yeah, yes. So what happens is that as you go through the course, the CE course, I'm sitting at my kitchen table. I could have some insomnia, and I'm up about 4:30 in the morning, which is, a couple hours earlier than I normally get up. I go downstairs, I make me some coffee, and I dial up my computer. And as you go along, it's giving you little mini exams, 2 questions here, 3 questions there. Pick 2 out of the 3 that that are the right answer and things like that. It's preparing you, and then you go through sections, so you get exams after each sections. And then they're all, multiple choice. So, and then at the end of the exam, you get one big exam that's 20 questions. But it's like they gave you 5 questions here, 5 and then by the time you knock it all out, you have to read. It's you're reading. You're not sitting in class going like this and the teacher talking and you just did your time. You're actually reading. You're actually learning. Oh, go figure. You're actually learning. and the information is there. You can download sources, PDFs and all that stuff. But yes, there is a test at the end of it. But once you pass that test, I think you need 75 or higher to pass it. It tells you that I didn't even look for the score. It says you passed. I'm done. I'm good.
Okay, thank you.
I passed. At the finish of the end of the course, they send you a certificate for your own records, and then they also send it to the agency that's there. Come on in, man. Oh yeah,
Sure.
they send it in for the agency. That so I don't even have to send mine up. Maryland Real Estate Commission already has it. Yep. So Maryland, they already have everything. So I have my certificates in my records, but they already have it. So I can just go ahead, pay my money, and make it happen. Make it happen. Get renew my my license. So yes, it's pretty easy. What I suggest you do is go there, try one. Just try one course, see how it is. The thing is, you can start it, and then you can stop it. So it started, maybe let me stop it. Let me have me a sandwich or something like that. Okay. Oh well, something happened. I'm gonna leave it, and then you come back a day later. You log in and pick up where you left off.
So you're trying to say the classes I used to teach weren't any good? Nobody was learning anything, Chuck?
No. It's still going to be a multitude of people. I've been in your class, sir, and I definitely learned, without a doubt. I've been in your class, and I learned. That is a form. But, on the other hand, like I said, the way my schedule is right now, I didn't really have time to go out on Saturday and spend all day at Marie Diaz's place. She's great at what she does, and I touched base with her, but the classes she had weren't really fitting into my schedule real good. So I had to make my own time. I'm going to do the time anyway. You just read through the stuff and then answer the questions. We're in real estate. We read contracts. We read all the time. We can do this. And if you want to, it's cheaper. I think I took 9 credits, came to $270, $80 or something like that. In the chat there, and I emailed everybody. If you go to the CE shop, which is if you go to DMV realestatecareer.com, It takes you to the CE Shop website where you're going to get a 35% discount for today. Now, when I took it, it was like a 25% discount, or they're always shooting out discounts. But today, this one is a daily. This is a per today discount that he just sent out this morning. So he didn't know anything about my class or anything. He didn't know about. So that's what I say. Look, folks, just let's get it done, and it's going to be well. It's going to be well. Does anybody have any questions? All right, all hearts and minds clear. All right, folks, thank you so much. All right, come next month, we're going to have a different teacher out here teaching us some really, really great stuff. This is going to be high level stuff that's going to be taught. It's going to talk about how to use YouTube and Canva to create marketing materials that generate leads. It's called Building Your Public Brand. Okay, and it's going to be done by none other than our top producer. At least she's the top producer in the group that I'm seeing here now. I do know everybody's volume, and her name is Tiana Otley. So millennials, she's going to bring that millennial groove to this thing. So let's jump on there, get at it, because Canva is free, YouTube is basically free, and if it makes you money, then it's not an expense. It's actually an investment. All you have to do is make it work. Okay. Hey, I appreciate all of you all. I'm here if you need me. I'm a phone call away. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Chuck.
Thank you.
Everybody have a
Thanks
good
a
one,
lot.
everybody.